Hey harmonizers, welcome to the adventures of Dare, our super cute little older pony. I'm going to show you guys a bunch of stuff in this video, including her getting bathed and clipped, some trail riding, a little surprise for you guys as I show you some of the footage too. But this is little Dare Bear. She is the pony that was given to us by a boarder that their son ended up kind of outgrowing her and losing interest. So she ended up getting given to us. And she is the best pony ever. Her name is Dare to Dream, but we call her Dare or Dare Bear for short. And she's probably about 26 years old now. We've owned her for several years now. And my kids have gotten to grow up with her, but this is little Evelyn riding her, and Evelyn is 4 years old, and Evelyn is just starting to get this whole steering and posting trot thing going on as I'm helping her go around. We don't do anything like regular lessons or regular practice. She will go weeks with no riding at all, and then if the weather's nice, we'll go out a few times. And that's just part of, being a mom of a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. Sometimes a little tricky when I've got my 2-year-old with me, but we go out when we can. And so it's so awesome to see that she is starting to get this posting trot thing down. If you guys have followed me for a while, you know that Evelyn has shown in our lead line walking classes the last probably 2 years now, I guess. And so this year she might actually get to show in the walk trot, which is super exciting. And I've been trying to say, like, remember your 2-point, and she's getting all the little pieces together, but it's so great to see her getting those up downs, and she's working on keeping her hands steady. And you can see Dare is just the little saint pony that plods along, is pretty easy to steer, doesn't go too fast or anything like that. And she's not too hard to get going. Like Evie has to ask, but she's not too hard to get going. Of course, we give Dare some cookies along the way. And here Evelyn's actually doing her little 2-point. So cute. And I love that Dare prefers to slow down and be careful than to go too fast. I think that's absolutely great. When it comes to building confidence in whether it's young children or people who are nervous, whether it's adults, beginners, kids, doesn't really matter. You can't really say enough about older horses because often older horses are overlooked because of maintenance that they may have, or you don't know how many good years you're going to get with them. And so people often turn these older horses down. And when Dare was given to us, she probably would have been already, I guess I'm thinking around 20 years. Trying to remember how long I've owned her, and who knows how many more years we'll get, but those years are just going to be worth their weight in gold because she is so trustworthy and she's so good natured and she's got lots of great experience to share. This is Teddy with Evelyn on the left and my little 2-year-old on Dare on the right. And these are both older horses that were given to me. Teddy is 18 years old on the left, and Dare is our 26-year-old on the right. And they're just so experienced, have had such great lives that they're able to come with us and do a lot of fun things. So this is kind of a special little surprise there. You might be thinking, why are we on a trail ride? Well, there's little Evelyn riding little Dare Bear all by herself on the trail at 4 years old. But I am riding Teddy. So I've started to get back in the saddle, just taking it easy, walking, and on Teddy, who's 18 years old. But it's fun to really be back in the saddle. And then this here is Dare Bear getting her trim, her bath and her trim. And those are Espana silk products that we're using to give her a nice good bath. This wash stall we're using, we're so lucky to have it. It took me probably about 10 years, I think it was, before we finally got one at the farm. But now we have both warm and cold water at the farm, so we can do baths like all year round. And can even put a heater in the wash stall too, which is super cool. And you can see the stalls are right there beside, so you can not even go outside and go straight into the stalls. But why are we bathing Dare? Well, Dare does have some maintenance where she needs to get trimmed because she has Cushing's disease. And so this is part of the maintenance that sometimes comes with older ponies. And Cushing's is kind of like diabetes for horses. That's the way I'm going to kind of explain it to make it really, really simple. But we have to be careful about how much grass she eats, make sure she gets enough exercise. She gets a pill every day to help stabilize everything that's going on in her her body, like her sugars and everything. And so she needs to get clipped because one of the side effects of Cushing's is that they don't tend to shed their hair out. Some horses do eventually shed their hair out, but a deer really doesn't for the most part. So she gets really sweaty, and we're starting to get into that warm weather. And so it's important that we're going to be able to give her a clip. But if you clip a dirty horse, then they wear out the blades really fast and it makes it a little bit harder. So she's getting a little bath, and when I rinse my horses off, I like to hold the hose in place for at least a few seconds to make sure that the water runs clear coming off. Otherwise, they can still have some soap that's really hidden in there. So I like to do a really thorough rinse job. And then I use a little scraper to help get the water off so she'll dry a little bit faster. But also that helps me see if there's any suds in there to see if she needs any more rinsing. And then she is so fluffy that she is going to spend the night in the stall so that way she can dry off and get all fluffy so she stays clean before getting her clip job. So this is her all dried off. Look at how fluffy she is. She's got such long fur. I'm going to show you, for example, with my hand. That's an adult hand with my fingers there showing you just how long her fur gets in places. And here, as you can see, she's partly clipped. You can see just how thick, like look at that chest hair. That kind of really shows you how long that fur is and how much better she's going to be feeling right now. So some of the little clipping tips for you guys is that when you're clipping, it's always good to go against the direction of hair. So essentially the way that you brush the horse, you clip opposite to that, and it tends to help the clippers work a little bit better to help get the hair off. You can go the other way as well, but it works a little better to go against the grain of the fur. And then I always have a brush with me to help with that. So here I'm just speeding up the footage for you because otherwise this would be a super long video clip. It took me a long time to clip her. It took me probably, I think, like 2 hours to finally get all of this clipped. And she is just a little pony, so I can't imagine if she was a big horse how long that would take. But it's a very thorough job that I have to do. So here I've slowed down the footage again so you can see me doing her belly, because it's a pretty good angle that you can see just how long that fur is and how much is coming off with all of that clipping job there. You can see all the belly fuzz as it's slowly going away, and she must be starting to feel so much better. And it's kind of like a tricky thing to figure out when to clip her, because I don't want to clip her too soon and then she's cold, but I'll put her back out with a blanket on anyways. But I also don't want to leave her too long because then she gets very sweaty, and when a horse is sweaty, it's very hard to clip wet hair. So if she's sweaty from the heat, then that's going to be hard to clip her. So I want to clip her before that, but also I don't want her to get sunburned. And when I clip her fur down, a little bit needs to grow back in to help give her that sun protection again. So it's clipping in the early spring is usually a good time. And you can tell it's warm enough that I'm out there with bare hands and I don't have like one of my warm hats or any of those on. I've got my vest on, but it's a pretty warm day. And you can see she's so good. She's so tolerant. She probably is really appreciative. She's probably like, haha, this is feeling so much better. And she's looking super cute. You can really see all of the change in her body as I'm taking all of that hair off. Of course, don't worry. I am not quitting my day job to become a horse clipper, because I know I'm not a perfectionist, so I don't get all of the little pieces done. But here's a little video clip of her going out on a trail after getting fully clipped. She probably feels so much better, not getting so hot. And of course, I'm aboard Mr. Teddy Eddie, who's steady. And then this last little clip, we came back to see my little daughter, Melina. And I want to know in the comments, do you notice what is missing in that clip? Remember to subscribe and check out harmonyhorsemanship.com for even more learning.